My husband, 32M, is convinced I, 26F, am pregnant. I'm not, but he won't believe me. What should I do? Content warning, potential psychosis, mention of unspecified domestic violence, cancer, terminal diagnosis, grief, loss of family. I'm truly at a loss here. This situation has gotten worrying, and I don't know what to do with it. After about a week my husband became convinced I'm pregnant. I have no idea why, because I'm not. We haven't even started trying, though we do have plans in the future. We were just making conversation and yeah, I did mention feeling tired. But that's all. A few hours later he just came in so excited. I told him I'm not, but he won't let it go. He has made remarks about how happy he is, what a wonderful mother I'll be, what our baby will be like. Not all the time, but it has come up multiple times a day. I told him I'm not. I even took a test, because even I started wondering, and it was undoubtedly negative. I showed him and he just got annoyed, said tests can be wrong. He didn't speak to me for the rest of the evening. The next morning he acted as if nothing happened. When I tell him I'm not, he just kind of shuts me out. I lost my shit yesterday when we were in bed and he put his hand on my stomach, told him he's acting crazy. I'm not pregnant and his behavior is scaring me. He went to sleep in the guest room after that and left for work early in the morning. I haven't seen him or spoken to him today. I'm just at a loss. I don't know where this obsession is coming from. I even asked him if I gained weight, if that's what's gotten him confused. He assured me I didn't. I'm thinking of contacting his parents. Or maybe a therapist or something. I honestly don't understand what's happening and I'm worried about my husband. Edit, thank you for all the replies, I didn't expect all this. It's been overwhelming and I'm incredibly grateful. He's asleep next to me right now and I keep going through all the comments. My husband is one of the kindest people I've ever met. I promise you all that he's not trying to manipulate me or would do anything to harm me. But that does make me believe something is really wrong. I'll contact my and his parents in the morning, once he's left for work. Maybe go stay with my mom for a bit, though I hate the idea of leaving him like this. I also definitely will make an appointment with my doctor for a blood test. Thank you for all the advice. Relevant comments. My guess is psychotic break. Personally, I know someone who, after a stream of chaotic life events and mounting work stress, dealt with one. They were convinced that my youngest sister, teen, single, in BC, very open of being celibate, was pregnant. For a few days, she sent messages to everyone that my younger sister was pregnant and she couldn't wait to be a future auntie. When people rejected her claim, she got angry and her delusions began to be targeted at those individuals. Those who challenged her beliefs were immediately met with deep suspicion and hostility. So-and-so planted spyware on my phone or whatever else. He needs help. It could also be an underlying medical issue triggering this episode. If he has, for instance, low potassium, it can make the issue worse. Comment. Honestly, this is the kind of delusion that could easily lead to him becoming violent. I don't know if he will, and I'm so sorry this is happening to you, but I think that your number one priority needs to be getting out. This isn't a talk to him situation. This isn't a work it out, this is quite literally a run for your life and get someone else to help him afterwards kind of situation. I do not think it is an overreaction to move out with zero prior warning and not tell him where you're going, then after you're out call his parents and tell them what's going on. I know you're probably thinking your husband wouldn't do anything like that, he's not violent, he wouldn't hurt you. There are two possibilities here, he is either experiencing psychosis delusions or he isn't. If he is experiencing psychosis, then this is not your husband. This is some rogue part of his mind that is taking over. His perception of reality is quite literally wrong and there is no amount of love or care for you that is enough to overcome the fact that what he sees in the world is not what is real. The second possibility is that he's not experiencing any form of psychosis delusions. This is honestly the scarier possibility in my eyes, because that means he's intentionally trying to manipulate you, probably in order to control you and prevent you from leaving, and he may possibly forcibly try to impregnate you. This reply hit me hard. I appreciate it a lot. I'm very torn. I love my husband very much and am worried about him right now, but I feel increasingly uncomfortable at home as well. Update 1, 4 days later. I really appreciate everyone asking if I'm safe, and I am. I wish I could give clear answers but I can't. Things escalated when I tried to speak to him, keeping some of y'all's advice in mind. I sat him down and explained to him that I'd love to have kids with him in the future but that I'm not pregnant right now, and that his insistence worries and scares me. I told him we could go to the doctor together if that would put his mind at ease, or I could take another test in front of him. I was just hoping to snap him out of it somehow. He got very agitated, said many hurtful things and accused me of being a liar many times. That I'm trying to keep our baby away from him, and so on. Nothing made sense and I wasn't feeling safe anymore. I knew my husband would never harm me in any way, but that wasn't my husband. Things got worse. He did hurt me, but nothing permanent or even emergency care worthy. I also know that if he was in his right mind, he never would have done anything like this. I called mine and his parents, and I'm now staying with my mom. He did seem to calm down a bit when his parents arrived. I haven't spoken to him since then. His mother, she's an angel, is keeping me posted about everything. We all agree something is very off about him, and we don't know what it is. But he hasn't agreed to getting himself checked out in any way. I don't know how they'll go about it, but they say, and I painfully have to agree, that it's best to keep my distance for a bit, as most of it is aimed at me. I'm safe, so is he. I miss him so much and just want an answer as to why he's being like this. I keep trying to figure out if there were signs before, or what I did wrong. Thank you all for the replies, they were a great help. It's so kind you cared to ask if I'm safe. Relevant comments. Sounds like he has an undiagnosed mental illness or major trust issues. He should seek out a psychiatrist or therapist, or both. As others have mentioned, probably best to see a doctor and rule out other causes also. Comment. Or maybe something like a tumor or whatever it is, it seems like he is not all their ATM. Comment. Let's pray it's not drugs, since he refuses to get checked out. I'm so sorry OP, I hope everything gets better soon. I don't know if going back to him is a good idea though, he physically hurt you. I do think that whatever is causing this, is the reason he was hurt. We've been together for some years now and he's never even raised his voice at me up until this. Update 2, 1 week later. I don't know if anyone will see this here, but you've all been so kind to keep asking whether or not we're okay. I hope I'll reach you like this. I'm going to keep this short. My husband has a brain tumor. A lot of people commented on this, and I feel an immense amount of guilt that I hadn't considered it till then. All the headaches and other symptoms, in hindsight, we had previously dismissed, because of his stressful work situation and so on. I'm beating myself up that I hadn't seen it before. A wonderful team of neurosurgeons, oncologists and other physicians is figuring out the best approach here, if there is one. We'll hear more in the next few days. I've spent more time with my husband. Some moments he's his amazing self, others he's filled with anger. It's difficult, but we're managing. I wouldn't have been able to without the support of our friends and family. I love my husband. This situation is terrifying. In moments of clarity he's trying to make me laugh, so I don't worry. That's who he is. Thank you everyone for pushing me to get him checked out. Relevant comments. Are you staying somewhere else just in case? I really hope that modern medicine solves this problem for both of you. I can't imagine what you're going through right now. Stay strong. I'm home now, but my husband's in the hospital. Comment. I'm so sorry for you both. Don't beat yourself up. Some things just aren't clear symptoms until after the diagnosis. Especially things like headaches. A headache is so common and can be caused by so many things. Hopefully, good treatment makes all the difference. I will caution you to have someone stay with you whenever he's initially discharged. Since you were the target of so much of his upset, you need to be careful. My family has been through brain tumors, and sometimes surgery and treatment are a miracle. Sometimes, the tumor has done damage that can't be reversed with surgery and chemo. For his and your own safety, just be careful until everyone is sure what was temporary versus what is permanent. I'm sure his care team will give you way more specific information. That's just my word of caution. Thank you for this. Would it be okay if I send you a message? I just don't really know what to expect. I'm no expert, but sure. Comment. I'm so glad he agreed to see a doctor. I don't want to imagine what would have happened if he continued to refuse one. In his moments of clarity, does he recognize how he's been acting? Or is there always some level of reality distortion? You've been in my thoughts. I hope for a smooth journey for you and that he gets better soon. He seems mostly very confused, if that makes any sense. He has apologized, but his mind is just not working with him right now. Comment. OP, this is not the first time I've seen a thread on Reddit where a brain tumor caused significant behavior changes. I hope the surgeons are able to remove it and your husband's previous personality comes back. Have the doctors given you any info on what to expect after the tumor has been removed? Right now it's the question if it can be removed. There's a lot we don't know right now. The doctors' nurses have been incredibly kind though. Update 3. I'm irrationally angry at my husband for having a brain tumor. I can't say these feelings out loud, not to the people around me, so I hope it's okay I do it here. But I'm furious with my husband for getting sick. I know he's not to blame, I know he's suffering. Yet I'm still furious with him. I can't explain it. He's the love of my life. How dare he get sick? How dare he change anything about the wonderful life we have planned? How dare he leave me so much sooner than when we're old and senile? 2 months ago our life was perfect. How could everything get so horrible so fast? I love him so much it hurts. And because of that I'm so angry with him right now. I feel like a horrible person. Relevant comments. Anticipatory grief. I know it well. For me, personally, the anger seems to be me flailing at the unbearable fear and pain of the impending loss. Yes, it's a feeling that no one is capable of understanding except those of us in your circumstances. No guilt for loving him so hard. Comment. Oh yes, I feel this. Fellow brain tumor partner here, hi, and sorry you're in this club. The hardest part was that we had a bad year running up to this because his personality changed and we weren't getting along. I was in the process of getting us a couples counselor, for fresh eyes on his erratic takes, instead of spotting the signs of a tumor, giant AA4, so I'll always carry that guilt with me. But it's a real whiplash on the relationship dynamics. Wait, you didn't mean all that shit, you were just sick, and now our future is all messed up and I'm your carer. He's a lot more back to his rational self now that he's had the tumor resection, but radiation is a bastard too, and chemo, let's be honest. Not sure where you are in the journey with treatment, it sounds pretty fresh, we're about half a year in, so if it's helpful I can share some insights on what might be in the road ahead. I'll message you, if that's okay? Yeah, of course. Update 5. 1.5 weeks later, 6 weeks after the original post. It's 2 a.m. here so I apologize if this is not coherent. I'm going to step away from all social media and I wanted to leave you with a brutally honest update. It's silly, but y'all's support has meant a lot to me. Don't get me wrong, I have wonderful family and friends. But in a way I have to comfort them too, and I can't deal with it right now. My husband is dying. In the 5 weeks since his diagnosis, he's gotten worse quickly. Today the decision has been made not to continue treatment, or even properly start it. He's not strong enough. He has a month, maybe. If we're lucky. I'm furious at the world right now. And I'm furious at him. Which makes me an enormous bitch, because what kind of person is angry at their husband for being ill? I love him so much, and I hate him for it. I'm sorry this isn't a better update. Wish you all the best. Relevant comments. I'm so sorry. I remember hoping it was schizophrenia and not a tumor. I'm still kinda hoping this is someone's creative writing venture, but I'm still devastated for you. I know tears from a stranger on the internet aren't really a comfort, but they're still falling for you. I lost my little sister a few years ago. I love her so much, she is my world. I was like a half-parent to her. I was planning my life on having her live with me. And after the very quick progression of an unknown illness she was gone. I still can only imagine what you're going through. I'm so sorry. I hope you're already linked with palliative care, they're some amazing people. Take it literally 1 second at a time. Then 1 minute. Then an hour. Then a day. I was taking it an hour at a time for months after she died and I still sometimes go day by day. If you can get grief counseling, go ASAP. I did phone sessions, can give you more info if you are in Australia. I mainly used my sessions to just talk about my sister. To tell stories and remember her. To have someone new know her. Sending you love and light. This comment means a lot to me. Thank you. I'm sorry for what you've been through. Our medical team has been incredible, even dealing with my emotions with a lot of patience. I just wish this wasn't the path we had to take. Comment. I'm so sorry. I lost my dad to brain cancer last year and wouldn't wish it on anyone. And it definitely doesn't make you a biatch for feeling angry. I believe it's quite a common response to grief and loss.